This is episode 11 of the Out of the Minds podcast. I'm Sean Oakley.
And I'm Sam Cooper. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've actually made it past the big 1-0, so that's a good sign.
Yes, and this evening we have a return to normal form, a review of the game, and looking at our mistakes and improvements. But quickly, we're just going to lightly touch on the X-Wing news, because there is some.
Yes, we've got the First Order Squadron Pack and the Resistance Y-Wing, which is a double, I believe.
Yes, yep, 2 ships, which is great, because I'll need at least 2 of them.
Yeah.
We're not going to go through everything, because people will do that much better than we will. I know that Gold Squadron tend to go through every single card, looking at it. Always worth giving them a listen. But Sam and I just thought we'd pick a card each that we like the look of, and have a quick chat about it.
So anyone who knows that I'm a Separatist fan may be wondering, oh, he has a card he's interested in out of the ones that have been revealed. Yes, I do. Because whilst AMG may say that calculate tokens are not just for Separatists, I would argue that overtuned modulators is absolutely great for Separatists. It only fits on the fire spray at the minute, but I look at that and I think, ooh, spend 1 charge, generate 3 calculate tokens on your fire spray. If you're running like Zam and 5 vulture droids, you sort of just got Kraken for return. Like, because obviously you can share the calculates out for network calculations. I reckon it's not that hard to see that the Zamgo is going to get nerfed in the near future, and so maybe the Force crew options are going to go away. So overtuned modulators gain 3 calculates on a turn where you really need to, and because it's system phase, you can do it before you do a red move, and you've still got an action. But most importantly, it lets your fire sprays launch Discord missiles, and I think that's scary.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, that one, isn't it? But
yeah. I guess I should actually say what the card actually does is, during the system phase, if you are not stressed, you may spend 1 charge, and you only have 1 charge on this illicit, to gain 3 calculate tokens. During the end phase, if your charge is inactive, for each green token you remove, gain 1 strain token. So it's not just upside, there is potential downside. And if you are the sort of ship that does stack tokens, that can have quite a bit of downside. But I would argue that for the one shot turn where you need 3 calculates, like I said, like if you're running like Zam or Django with like 5 or 6, 5 vulture droids, I think this is a good addition. Zamgo with 1 of each of these and Discord missiles is a pretty sweet addition. Yeah, I'm liking this card. We'll see how much it costs, but
so as everything, points dependent.
I reckon shouldn't be more than 5 points.
We will see. And the card I'm interested in is also the Resistance, and it's actually one of the spoiled pilots. And it's I'm never pronounce this right because my pronunciation is appalling. Shaza Zaro.
Because we're English, we can't pronounce things that aren't in English.
Pretty much. I'm assuming a she, possibly a he. My law is not brilliant. The pilot is Initiative 3. And the pilot's ability is, after you defend, you may choose a friendly ship in your rear arc, full rear arc, at range 0 to 2, and 1 of your green tokens. If you do, that ship gains a matching token. So that leads to some quite interesting options. You could stick an advanced proton torpedo on her, either. Put her out in front of the rest of your list. Take a lock, equip her with targeting computer, take a lock, and then with the ship upgrade, ship chassis ability, which is intuitive interface, after you perform an action added to your action bar by a talent, I can't think of it. What's it called? Illicit, that's the one. Or mod upgrade, you may perform a calculate action. So you add targeting computer, which gives you a white target lock, then perform a calculate. You then have a double modded advanced torpedo, and your opponents are then faced with a choice. Take the nice range 1 shot, but you know that she's going to start passing calculates back, or ignore her, and in which case, she's not getting shot. And the other thing I want to try, and I feel like this is probably me just grasping at straws, but is actually putting angled deflectors on it. Because yes, you lose a shield, but you're gaining a reinforce,
and a calculate.
And a calculate, a white reinforce. You get the calculate, and then that gives you an option. If anybody shoots do you want to pass a reinforce to a ship behind you? Do you want to pass the calculate back? It's going to be interesting.
So I imagine with the reinforce, because you choose the reinforced token has two sides, so you choose the side when you do the action. I imagine you have to pass the same side backwards.
Yes, would be
I mean, in theory, I guess it shouldn't matter, but I guess that it's still relevant.
Well, it does say gains a matching token.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, if you're jousting, you're going to be.
I don't think it would end up mattering, but it's interesting.
No, yeah, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Might be rubbish, but we're theory building until points come out. So, and the other thing I just wanted to mention was some of the upgrades that I'm looking forward to that we haven't had spoiled yet are the force talents in the FO pack.
Yeah,
because
although admittedly, maybe actually no. I don't need an excuse to run Darth Maul and can't do the Infiltrator. What am I kidding?
Exactly. It'd be interesting to see if they are FO specific or dark side or open to everyone. So yeah, or perhaps even a light side one. Who knows? Maybe Supreme Commander of the. Supreme Leader, of the First Order is actually both, as Anakin in the Etta is. But
I feel like that might be a long shot.
Maybe. Who knows? But yes, so that's X-Wing news, and I think we'll probably leave it there. I'd imagine next week we'll have a couple more bits to talk about.
Yeah. So, for now, we're going on to the main event. Which is a review of my game that I played in the Kyber Cosmic League.
Before we go any further, I'd just like to let everyone listening know that because we're reviewing a specific game in more depth, and as we described last time we did it, it's quite hard to describe some of the stuff when it's not visual. So what Sam and I are going to do is actually record ourselves as we make this podcast with the video that we're watching, and we will upload that to YouTube, onto our YouTube channel, Tin Squadron. So if you'd prefer to watch it there and follow along, just hop on over. We'll create a playlist for the podcast, and you'll be able to find it there if you prefer that way. That will be an unedited version, so you'll get to hear me and Sam in all our glory.
Yeah, and be warned, it's probably not going to be nice to watch because this is almost an hour and 15-minute long game because it goes to time. Spoiler alert. And we'll be whizzing through the game on like 3 or 4 times speed visually.
Yeah,
we'll talk normally, but the game will be going through quite quickly.
Yeah, but some people may find it easier. If you do, brilliant. If not, we will obviously edit it down and release it as the standard podcast as always. But on that note, Sam, over to you.
Yeah, so Sean knows that I have been experimenting with droid swarms. And here is the current iteration I'm on. I'm on the homing missile iteration. So I'm running 7-ship droid swarm, 2 hyenas and 5 vultures. The hyenas both have plasma torps, and one has the probe droids, because why wouldn't you? And 4 of the vultures have homing missiles, and 1 has a discord missile, and every single one has struts. And my theory behind this is, honestly, I A, wanted to use homing missiles, and B, I don't think it's awful, especially because I'm getting early locks, and what I've found, and anyone who's good at the game can probably immediately find reasons that this is bad. I found that the droids tend to suffer, again, the regular droids tend to suffer shooting against people with 3 agility. And I thought, okay, homing missile, that's probably the best way to mitigate that, because worst case scenario, like, with 2 red dice against 3 greens, I was likely dealing 1 damage anyway, and if they feel like they can take it, they might give me a 4 dice shot.
Yeah,
You'd be surprised.
I feel that's fair, and yeah, I think you're right. More people tend to take that 4-die shot than you would imagine.
Wait 3 turns in this game, you'll love it.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna start the video. We'll see how it goes on.
Do you want to just mention your? Oh, I was say your opponent's list.
Yeah. Oh,
but...
hold on. Did I? So my opponent was running Dash Rendar and 2 A-Wings. Dash had, the usual Dash tricks. I believe it was Bistan Perceptive Co-Pilot, but no Outrider. And then we had Hera Ahsoka in the A-Wing on her own, and Wedge in an A-Wing with Outmaneuver. And Dash also has false transponder codes and Trick Shot. So this is like a standard Dash. It's not as tricked out as I've seen him be before, but he's got 2 spot games, and I think I like the Wedge in the A-Wing because it's basically he's doubling down on his pilot ability, and I liked Ahsoka because it's sort of like having an I-5 Jake, sort of, with a little bit more room to maneuver. You don't have to do specific actions like you do with Jake to get the bonus focus, and Ahsoka can make Dash do some pretty cool stuff, as we will find out. And basically, I set up in my usual formation in like my bottom left-hand side of the board. I've set up the rocks so that I always try and set it up so there's one rock is close to me, so I can run my probe droid drone onto it, so he can sit there for a turn or 2, depending on where I need to go. And then everyone else just moves up in formation. I've got the Discord Vulture in front. I've got a Plasma Torp in a 6-squad formation, and I just move up. My opponent puts Dash in the dead center of the board, Ahsoka right next to him, and Wedge facing off against me. And now, I do not in my right mind think that Wedge is going to continue facing off against me, so I'm not that bothered about it. And as you'll see in a second, he does do a hard turn to the left as if he's going to escape. But yeah, so far it's sort of been pretty standard. We've been looking through my list as he's just working out what he needs to do, and I just move forward and calculate. And for the most part, I'm pretty sure my opponent, he basically turns and barrel rolls away, because like any sensible person, he doesn't really want anything to do with jousting a droid swarm. And that's generally, I'd say, a good choice. I take the opportunity to launch a probe droid because I'm pretty sure I can get into range of Jake next turn with the probe droid. And so far it's been pretty straightforward, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit because, again, the next turn is just more of me moving forward, and I take a bunch of locks because that is what the probe droid does. So right now, actually no, Jake is currently facing towards me because he wasn't facing down towards me when he deployed. So he's turned into face me, and he barrel rolled away. So he's still currently facing me, whilst Ahsoka and Dash are fleeing. And I move quite fast up the board and just take a bunch of locks. I'm pretty sure I end up putting plasma locks onto Dash, and I put all of the vulture locks onto Wedge. Because if he's still around, he's going to be eating some homing missiles.
Yeah, and he can't afford... You've got 4 of them, right?
Yeah, I have 4 of them.
Yeah,
so...
he as an A-Wing, he can't afford to take 4 one hits.
Exactly.
Sooner or later, he's going to have to roll, isn't he?
Yeah, so he turns away, kind of like I expected, and I believe all that happens here is Dash turns in and shoots my probe droid, I'm pretty sure. But we will find out. I'll just speed it up again. This is quite a long game to go through. We do a lot of jibber-jabbing, basically. So I'm really sorry to anyone who's watching YouTube. There's going to be a lot of shaking. Honestly, if you don't want to look away, if you want to look away whilst this is happening, feel free to look away. There's a lot of speeding up because I can't quite remember exactly when stuff happens. Yeah, here we go. So Dash turns around. He's like clearly looking to get obstacles between me and him. And I think he just plinks away at the probe droid and kills it. Easy peasy.
But
I launched my second probe droid.
I'd say by that point, probe droid's done its job, hasn't it?
Yeah. And I launched my second probe droid at the bottom because you never know when a probe droid is going to be useful. But I have no real interest in keeping it. So I start off. So I'm now on the right hand side of the board, and Dash and Ahsoka are on the left hand side of the board, and I start off setting moves because I'm like, okay, there's no way Wedge turns back in. That would be stupid. That would be stupid. So I basically rotate my entire formation 90 degrees. I start off by setting up my formation to rotate 90 degrees to the left, and essentially face off against Dash and Ahsoka, and maybe I catch Wedge. When I start looking, then I change my mind because I'm thinking, okay, actually turning in at this point doesn't get me a whole lot in the way of like advantage, because there's no way I'm going to be able to shoot Dash, and then I've got to start banking after the people, and I don't like banking. So actually, what I do is I sort of 50-50. I two bank with everything. And you'll find out in a second that is a mistake, and I now know what I would do instead.
Yep.
I two bank and calculate with everything I can.
Okay, so
the front row succeeds.
Even I know that,
as you can see,
yeah, even I know
back
that's a
row will
mistake. Don't bank with droids.
Well, I don't think the banking with droids, I don't think is the mistake.
I don't
it's banking
know.
with the back three is the mistake.
You once told me the way to beat the droid swarm is to get them to bank.
Yes, is to get. I agree. A way to beat a droid swarm is to get them to bank, but that doesn't mean banking is always bad. Like
Well,
if I
no,
am
but-
banking when I don't want to, like this in this situation, I was like, but hard turning into the center of the board is bad because Wedge is potentially on the flank, and there's no way Dash and Ahsoka
True.
was like there was no shooting happening.
But you've also played droid swarms enough to know that you're likely. Why did you not barrel roll calculate?
Because I didn't want to be stressed, and I just kind of hoped it would fit. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
In my next kind of game, I do the fix, which is if the front three and if you're looking at YouTube, the front three and the red bombered bank and the back three do a 2 straight, they can potentially barrel roll, and the formation still isn't screwed up. And then all I need to do is have the banking droids go straight bank again, and they'll line up straight.
Yeah.
And the guys who went straight can just turn.
Yeah.
As it is, like it's fine. Like the front load doing calculating the back three bump, a little unfortunate, but. Because I'm like, like maybe I'll catch Wedge with the front two, but in this situation I was like, but I can bank again, and then my entire formation is lined up straight again. Because a bank is functionally a 45-degree turn. It won't be exactly straight just because I bumped a few times, but it should work out.
It's pretty close when they bump like that, isn't it? So.
But Wedge does this.
Oh, okay.
And I'm very happy with this point, but it's an A-wing, so he doesn't necessarily have to be there. And as I was looking at this, I was thinking, actually, he can barrel roll to his left and probably dodge a bunch of arcs.
Oh, I don't know, though. Barrel rolling to his left is going to unobstruct a lot of arcs, though.
Yeah. But bear in mind, if I'm firing homing missiles...
Well, that is true.
Yeah. So he ummanahs a bit, but I believe in the end he basically so this is what it looks like. So he barrels to the left, he dodges 3 arcs.
So at the moment you've got all 4 homing missiles on him.
Yes.
And if he barrel rolls to the left, then he's going to dodge 2 of those, right? Blue and browns. Yeah.
And then he'll have 2, I believe, range 3 primaries from green and yellow.
Okay.
And then, because obviously, I believe maybe they can. I think they can focus barrel or focus boost on the A-wings. But anyway, he chooses
focus boost on the A-wings.
Yeah, he chooses to focus and stays there.
So not barrel roll.
No barrel roll, just focus. Okay. He takes the defensive mod.
So he is in all 4 homing.
Yes.
Okay.
Dash and Ahsoka move forward. So like this is what I meant by if I had turned in 90 degrees, I'd be basically slightly a bit further back. Wedge would have an outmaneuver shot on someone, and I wouldn't be shooting.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I didn't actually think Wedge would do what he did. I thought he'd 5 straight, and all I was doing was buying another turn. So Dash takes a target lock onto my red bomber. Ahsoka gives him a focus. Happy days. Double modded Dash. Range 3 into my bomber, and we roll some dice. And he basically nets 2 hits and a crit, and I take hit crit on the bomber, which is a wounded pilot. So action is going to be awkward for that guy. And then Ahsoka has no shot, and Wedge just has a shot. I think he ends up taking it into the already damaged bomber.
Yeah, that makes sense. Looks like the only unobstructed shot.
Yeah, it's unobstructed, but not outmaneuvered. So Wedge is officially in 7R. And does nothing.
Okay.
So it's my turn, and I start at the back and I say, I'm firing a homing missile. And my opponent says, roll it.
Really? On the first one?
On
Okay.
the first one says, roll it. So we actually had a discussion at the end of this turn. So yeah, I target lock 2 blanks. I got 2 hit crits out of the first homing missile. He has 2 blanks, an evade, and a focus, and he spends the focus to dodge the first shot.
I'm not sure I would have spent the focus there, but okay.
I think he's having an iron because we're basically talking like he was like, how many more have you got? And I've got 4 more. I've got 3 more homings after this.
I think that's where I wouldn't have spent the focus, because you're only taking 1 on the shield. It's the same as the homing.
Yeah, and so I say, okay, next homing, and he says, roll it.
Okay.
He's relying on 4 on 4, and with a target lock and a calculate, I get 4 hits. And my opponent rolls 3 blanks and a focus.
Ooh.
So this is where we had a bit of a discussion, and I'll speed through the rest of this to like catch up, because I said I was really surprised you made me roll it on the first one. I thought you would take 3 damage and then make me start rolling, because A, that makes me spend the most homing missiles, and B, that gives, like, if you start rolling from the get-go, you're gonna, if you take more than 1 damage on the first one, that means you have to roll for the next lot.
Yeah.
And his thought was, if he could blank as many of them as possible, because of where Wedge is, he's in front of a rock and doesn't want to end up potentially on 1 hull after, like, assuming he takes 3 1 damages from 3 homings and then manages to blank the next shots. Because I'd have 1 homing missile and then 3 2-dice primaries. He doesn't want to end up where he is because he's probably going through the rock.
Yeah.
Or he's 1 harding, and then I'll have another 7 shots into him.
Yeah, I mean, I get that thinking, but it sort of is negated by the fact that it doesn't matter if he's going over a rock on the next turn if he's not actually alive.
Yeah, and I don't know where the odds line up. But I also wasn't surprised that he said roll it on the first one, because that was his most modern defense.
Yeah.
I do agree though that maybe he shouldn't have spent the focus and just said, okay, well, this homing missile, we'll treat it as if I'd said take 1 damage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but okay.
But I guess the irony is that even if he had taken 1 damage, this next roll he rolled 1 focus, taken 3 damage, and died anyway. But that is hindsight, and it doesn't actually matter. I feel like maybe just don't like it. When I bring these homing missiles, I'm only expecting people to make me roll on the last hub damage. I'm expecting people to just take 1 damage.
It's like when 1 damage will kill you, then you take the roll because you've got nothing to lose.
I guess I should also point out that I have popped Dash's false transponders. I can't remember which vulture I did it with. I think it was the green vulture, because that vulture doesn't have anything that relies on target lock. So I popped Dash's false transponders with the green vulture on the previous turn, which is why the plasma torpedo bombers were able to get locks. So yeah, Wedge dies to 2 homing missiles, and I'm pretty sure the only other shot I have is my red bomber with a plasma torpedo into Dash. So we'll just speed up a little bit. Yeah, we spent a little bit of time talking about like the odds. So I got a an obstructed shot with a plasma torpedo. I spend the lock, hit crit. He spends his focus for 3 evades, and nothing happens. And a lot of the rest of this game is now me chasing down the 2 rebel ships. So I'm going to sort of let this try and flow through as fast as I can.
Yeah, see,
to get to the more interesting bits.
I'd argue that what you've done there is you've traded a plasma torpedo and 2 homing missiles for Wedge.
Yeah,
and
okay, which is a good trade.
Granted, Wedge is only 35 points. What upgrades did he have on him?
Outmaneuver.
Okay, so 6 points. So 41 points?
Yeah.
So it's not, it's not killed his list, but it's certainly made his job a lot harder now. Yeah.
And so here's phase 2 of the homing missile list. Is now Ahsoka is in range of the probe droid, and so all of my homing missile vultures take locks on Ahsoka. And essentially what I'm saying is, if you are in range 3 of me, I will fire a homing missile at you.
Yeah.
and that really does work out. I gotta say, my opponent flies Ahsoka really, really well because I'm pretty sure I don't shoot her for like the rest of the game. But she doesn't shoot either, so it's interesting. There's some good Ahsoka flying here happening. Basically, Dash is in front of the majority of my stuff, although he's only in range of a few things. I'm sure. So Ahsoka's down there. I believe Ahsoka. I can't remember. I think Ahsoka might use her ability on Dash again, but I can't remember if it's this turn or the next turn. But essentially, Ahsoka's turned into the swarm, and at this point, I'm thinking, okay, this is a bit of an odd spot for her to be because I've got the locks, and I'm happy to throw homings at him. And I think right now she's sitting in 2 of my arcs because essentially what I did, I basically banked and turned. I basically banked in my entire swarm, so now I've mostly reformed the block, and I have my red bomber out in front, and he's just trying to be a blocker. He reacquires the lock on Dash, takes a stress for his wounded pilot. But my usual plays like this guy, he's there to run in front of people and just block. Hopefully, I don't think he's around for much longer.
Well, it looks like he's. I'm trying to work out if he's snuck into range 1 of Dash or not. Looks close to the.
Yeah. So.
Dash, definitely not now.
So Ahsoka uses her ability to send Dash doing a barrel roll. Doesn't kill my pro droid. And then Ahsoka's action.
Did Dash just take a stress from the debris and roll for it as well?
No, he rolled for hitting my pro droid.
Okay. I'm sure he's plonked a stress. Red barrel roll, isn't it? That's why you're taking the stress.
Red barrel roll. Yeah. And it doesn't have Outrider, so it doesn't get to get rid of the stress when you go through it. So Dash starts firing. I think he's firing at my red bomber. I believe he rolls 3 focus results, and I blank out and die. Basically, I roll two focuses, but I don't have any calculators in the immediate vicinity. Dash double taps into my vulture on the rock, and I natty evade it because I'm godlike. And so at this point, I have to stop him.
I did just see that.
Like, woo! I was like, woo! Natty evades, and then offhandedly like, and now I die to 2 crits from Ahsoka. Ahsoka then rolled 2 crits, and I rolled absolutely nothing. Do you want this? So we're now going to enter the comedy stage of this game.
Okay.
Because the 2 crits I get are weapons failure and structural damage. So I have a 1 health, 1 agility, 1 attack vulture.
Man, I bet that'd be dirt cheap if that's
it lives for a disgusting amount of time. And then I throw my homing missile at Ahsoka.
Yeah, why not?
Funnily enough, I think she takes a damage.
Did he opt to just take the 1?
He opted to just take 1 damage.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
He didn't fancy the 3-on-3. Yeah, so my pro droid still lives. Happy days. I've lost 1 bomber, but I'm still feeling pretty good. A little bit concerned because I'm maybe thinking, hang on, is Dash just going to start double tapping my vultures away? But I'm thinking it's fine. If I can get rid of Ahsoka like in the next couple of rounds, we're going to be really rolling in it. And because I only need to hit her with 3 homings now. That is definitely doable.
All the other, if the opportunity arises, is get into range 1 of Dash.
Yes. So I move my probe droid away, and everyone starts moving. So my 1 health, 1 agility, 1 attack vulture says, "Very well, it is my time," and flies off the rock and just tries to block Ahsoka's 2 bank in case she's coming that way. And then the rest of the team basically hard turns, trying to go into Dash, because I thought Dash might bank, but he just goes straight and tries to kill my probe droid again. Double focus. Ahsoka says no, thank you, and basically moves away. Has a single force at this point, and I believe is just playing keep away. We're looking at whether that boost and barrel roll fits, but I believe she just evades in the end. Yeah, it's just an evade. So Dash has his double tap. And who does he go for? He goes because he's picking target because he knows he's got double tap, and so he's got the obstructed shot into a bomber, a range 3 shot into a regular vulture, and a range 2 shot into the 1 health agility vulture.
I think you hit brown, then you hit blue.
Yeah. but he's got trick shot, so
Okay. Yeah, I still think you hit brown and
yeah,
blue. Brown's got one hole left and one
yeah.
agility. I think you definitely tap brown.
Right. So he's going for my blue droid.
Okay.
He gets 3 and deals 2. I get 1, so he deals 2 damage to the blue droid.
And then yeah, it looks like he's tapping brown.
No,
No, he's gone for yellow, hasn't he?
he goes for yellow.
Okay, 5 dice.
Because actually, so here's the thing. I actually agree. So I semi agree with him on this one. Is Brown has no homing missiles, 1 agility, 1 heart.
Yeah.
Outside of a calculate, he's not doing anything. Although I do think maybe you should just finish off the vulture because I can share calculates.
Yeah,
I'd need to spend 2. I'd need to spend at least 2 turns, at least 1 turn repairing the weapons failure before this is a threat.
Yeah, but I still think you get the ship off the board before it becomes a threat
So
again.
I take hit crit on my yellow bomber, and it's a disabled power regulator. I'm going to be walking off the rock next turn, which I'm kind of all right with.
Yeah, looking where you are, that seems
The only potential downside is if that 1 strike doesn't take me entirely off the rock.
I think it does. Looking at that,
because yeah, I think it does in the end. But you will automatically flip your struts, so I will not shoot and take the effects of the rock. And then I start just plinking vague shots into Ahsoka. I don't really have a whole lot. I fire a homing missile at Ahsoka, and she takes the damage. And then
that's
the
half
mighty,
on Ahsoka then.
Yeah, half on Ahsoka. The mighty 1 attack ship rolls a focus on Ahsoka. Spends his calculate, which gets completely blank because Ahsoka has like 17 million evades.
Pretty sure it's not quite that bad.
Evade, well, she has an evade token, and I'm a 1 attack ship.
So as good as 17 million then.
Yeah. I fire a proton torpedo at Dash. Spend a bunch of calculates on target lock for hit crit, and I knock 2 shields off Dash thanks to plasma. So at this point, I can't actually remember what I do. I feel like I know soon. I make a massive commitment to just finishing off Ahsoka. But I'm pretty sure it's the next turn.
So it's interesting because I think here you just go straight. With everyone except Brown.
I'm pretty sure I do just go straight.
Because the only way Ahsoka's going to be firing at you is if she comes around an obstacle and has to use boost or barrel roll, or does a turnaround and therefore only has force mods. And Dash.
I remember what I did. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
No, crack on.
I did go straight, and I'm going for a very greedy block. The white droid, my far most right front guy, he's going for a 5 straight to try and land on the debris in front of him.
Oh, okay. Block the 3 hard.
Well, I was trying to block like the 3 hard, or at least or when I ended up seeing how far I would get if I could drop a block of 3 bank.
Yeah.
And then everyone else goes straight because it's this phase of the game where we just shoot Dash. The brown guy, he fixes his weapons failure. I'm still not really expecting him to be around. Everyone else just goes straight and calculates. So yeah, so this guy, he barrel rolls and calculates.
Sad yellow has no action because they can't focus.
Yeah, yellow has no action, so he can't focus. And I purposely bump the Trade Federation drone behind the bomber onto the rock.
Yep. Makes sense.
Make a little turret. Yep. So I've got most of my guys aiming to shoot Dash, vaguely attempting to block with the white guy, but also just trying to stay in range 1.
That's still nice sort of arc coverage there, though, wherever he goes.
So Dash does a 3 bank, and so obviously me being on the rock could never have possibly blocked a 3 bank in a million years. But I did manage to get into range 1 of Dash. Ahsoka, 3 sloops.
Interesting.
And so next turn, that's why I go for Ahsoka, because I know that she's either going straight to remove that, or she's doing like a 2 bank or a 2 hard. But we'll get to that later.
I'd like to point out.
I'm pretty sure not a whole lot happens this turn.
I'd like to point out that when you said earlier that Ahsoka never shoots you again, that's a lie, because I've seen her shoot like at least 3 times now.
Like, no, I didn't say never. I said very rarely.
Pretty sure you said.
She spends a lot of the time not shooting.
Okay.
She didn't shoot me last turn either.
All right. So Dash is going to double tap here, obviously.
Dash is shooting. He's shooting my bomber. Bomber's on 1 hull. Second shot, I can't. And he gets 1 crit, and I get 1 evade. I believe it was just someone at range 3. I can't remember which. I think he was going for the blue to finish off the blue vulture droid. Ahsoka has a shot. Going into white.
Looks like
blue.
blanks.
Blue spends his lock, gets a single hit, does nothing. And then I just, pumping shots into Dash. We got like calculate mods. He spends his focus to block the first one.
Ooh, was that crit crit?
That's double crit, but it's still in the shield, so single damage to the shields. And just mostly stopping, and then like more 2 dice attacks. They get mostly blanked. Like Dash is blocking most of these. I've had not the greatest of turns. I think I dealt 1 damage in turn. So this turn is a turn I think, okay, Dash is jetting off into the sunset. I'll try and block him with pink, and everyone else will go for Ahsoka.
Okay.
I think the green drone rotates to face towards Dash as well, just to give pink support, and also because where he is a little awkward. But I turn the white drone into go for Ahsoka. Blue and yellow and red all catch Ahsoka. Because I just don't think I can get the guns on Dash right now, and I can't leave Ahsoka go. I'd rather just finish her off and regroup. At least that's my thinking, anyway.
Yeah.
But I believe, and this may be a big mistake, but I send Pink off trying to block Dash.
Okay.
Because I think stopping from double tapping, that's a lot of damage that's not happening.
That's going to be a tall order, I think, to block him,
Yeah.
but because I think a 3 bank will just skirt around that, or even a 2 bank.
Yeah.
But
he does a turn. He does a 3 hard.
Okay.
And Pink blocks Dash. So Pink also was on the rock and is barreled off of it, so I don't get to rotate next turn. But as you can see, I've turned green to facing towards where Dash would be and barreled off the rock, with the idea being that if Dash does get blocked, I can go straight and try and block again. Also, it means one of my calculators is in the range of the other ships who are trying to catch Ahsoka. And Sean, as a veteran booster, you know what is about to happen.
Yeah.
As Ahsoka does a 2 bang
and then
doesn't get blocked.
Boost to the right.
Yeah. I believe focus boost, possibly.
Yeah. Dodges.
Evade boost.
Dodges.
Evade boost, and I have
every arc?
Yeah. Yeah, every single arc. Dash has a trick shot against... I can't remember.
You're cutting out a little bit there, Sam.
Dash has a trick shot. I can't remember who he goes for. I have 3 dice, so it's either yellow or green. I literally can't remember who is getting shot, but it doesn't matter because I completely blank it with 3 evade. Because I'm godlike like that sometimes. Ahsoka has a shot into the green vulture, rolls hit thanks to a focus token, and I take 1 damage. I have exactly 1 shot. It's vulture droid into Dash, and Dash takes 1 damage. So shields down on Dash. Shields down on everyone. There are no shields left on the board. And at this point, I'm like, poop. Well, that was a bad trap. Time to fix it.
I mean, that's always useful.
Yeah. So remember, at this point, I still have target locks for homing missiles on Ahsoka, and I'm of the mind like, as long as I just get so Pink is gonna turn in to just say, I'm gonna put my arc out towards Ahsoka, and if Ahsoka's still there, great. I think everyone else either tries to chase down Ahsoka or is turning into just killing Dash at this point. Because if I get half on Dash, I'm pretty sure I'm in good stead. Everyone just turning in to regroup, point the arcs in the direction that both rebel ships are now going, and I'm hoping I can just sort of chase them down till the end.
Yeah.
I will say, I think this game is like actually really close because I haven't half Dash yet.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like, although Wedge is dead, that there's a lot of points in it, or even a lot of points scored.
Yeah,
I reckon you're both hovering somewhere around about the 70 mark.
Yes, I think so.
That's
I've got Wedge dead and half on Ahsoka, and he's got 1 bomber, half of another bomber, and then 2 half vultures.
Maybe 80, something like that.
I think at this point I'm currently winning, but I can't remember. So again, Ahsoka is in possibly he's trying to dodge arcs at this point because homing missiles are bad for business. He thinks he's in pink and white's arc, so he barrel rolls away, just trying to dodge away boosts. Dash has a single shot because I've successfully bumped with green again. And he's going for the finishing shot onto one of my one-hull vultures. So I think he goes for blue. So no trick shot. He gets 2 hits. I get a evade focus, and I spend a calculate to survive. And again, I don't have very many good shots, so I'm just powering, just plinking away at Dash. And spending calculates. I get hit crit, which is a direct hit. So Dash is suddenly not looking too good. He's on 3 hull. I get another crit through with another vulture. That's a stunned pilot. So suddenly obstacles are no longer Dash's friend.
Yes, that's probably one of the worst for Dash, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think we've got 3 minutes left on the clock. This is the last turn, and essentially it's mission turn, so everyone can shoot at Dash.
Yeah. I think now you just turn so you can get shots off.
Yeah.
You're definitely up on points now. I'd be desperately trying to get a block on Dash so we can't double tap.
What I do with green is I do a one hardened barrel roll trying to block Dash again.
Yeah, I think I'd turn blue in as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just currently looking. He's looking at his stun pilot. Yes, the Dash does ignore obstacles. Stun pilot doesn't care. Moves a set, and it's basically mission turn everyone so that we can just get shots. I think unfortunately the bomber bumps, which is a little bit sad. He rotates on the rock, turns in. Dash goes over an obstacle purposely, takes a damage. He's on 1 hull.
Ooh, that's a brave Dash.
I can't. So he goes for a barrel roll here, which surprised me because I thought he would definitely want to focus, but I think he Ahsoka's. Yeah, he uses Ahsoka, but I've completely forgot about this. So you're right. Yes, I completely forgot. This happened in like.
It's a good job I was watching.
In like turn 2, I launched a buzz droid hoping to hit Wedge. Because I was just like, at this point, I was like, this is probably my best shot. Sorry, no, wait, this is. I launched buzz droid now. Yes, sorry, I launched the buzz droid now, so I'm mixing up my games.
I was gonna say I didn't think I saw one. Pop out.
I launched buzz droid now, and I clip the edge of Dash. So there's a buzz droid on Dash. Dash is dead. This will be the 6th damage at initiative 0.
Oh, of course, because he can't
have to deal damage to.
Yeah, because he can't even Ahsoka barrel roll off, can he? Because there's obstacles either side, and he'll take a damage.
Yeah. But so here's what I should have done. This is a mistake. I should have put that buzz droid on the back of Dash, because there's one thing that saves him.
Oh, he's going to turn Ahsoka into it. Or
Ahsoka has already moved.
Yeah. Okay.
I think, and because we're in start of engagement.
Okay.
Ahsoka moved.
She can shoot it, can't she?
Yes, she's going to shoot it, and she's going to kill it, I believe. So I should have put it at the back because that would have been at least range 2. But yeah, because Ahsoka moved, barrel rolled. I don't actually know why there's a stress there. Oh no, because the one right isn't a blue maneuver, and all she did was she used her ability to give Dash a double focus. And this is again, Dash is like just looking for points. He's firing at 1 hull vultures, and unfortunately, the first shot doesn't go through. And then the second shot, he goes into my bomber.
That looks a bit better. Die. Yeah.
Oh no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, sorry, he goes into these. He goes into the 1/1/1 vulture. He gets killed. Ahsoka goes to my buzz droid and it dies. So if I put it at the back, maybe I live, and then I just fire some shots at. I fire a plasma at Dash, and Dash dies. And then finally, I fire a homing missile at Ahsoka, who takes 1 damage. Sadly, doesn't go for the roll, and that's game. Okay. Dash is dead. And Ahsoka's on 1 hull, and I think I win like 170, like 160 something to 80 odd.
But that was a big swing very late in the game.
Yes. And I think Dash was very unlucky to not kill 2 vultures this round.
Yeah,
because there were 2 vultures on the 1 hull.
I think Dash was unlucky. Was it maybe 2 engagements ago?
Yeah,
where he double tapped and did very little.
Yeah. Although I also think because again is think because remember there's that shot. Like, I think this is like target practice. Just remove ships.
Yeah.
Because that one agility, one health, one attack vulture was alive until the last turn of the game and calculating most of those
Yeah.
turns.
See, I'd argue not necessarily a mistake on your part, but did Ahsoka have green in arc?
In this shot, no.
No, okay. So she didn't have any other targets apart from the.
Let me double check. Actually, I will just quickly skip back. Ahsoka. Oh yeah, Ahsoka did have green in arc.
Okay.
She had.
If it was me, I think I would have taken the shot at green, because even if you kill the Discord missile, the likelihood is you're getting 1 damage through on dash from what you've got 3, 4 ships with him in it.
Yeah, I had what 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5. All 5 of them have dash in it.
The likelihood is dash is dying. So, because obviously your standings, this is obviously the Kyber Cosmic. So your standings in your pod will influence where where you go to in the next pod. I'm assuming MOV matters.
Actually, I'm not sure because I think standings aren't based on MOV.
Oh, they're not. I know the base.
It's your,
it's
your head to head. In the pods. Like where you end up in TTO, I believe is MOV, but the mods will go through it and they'll rank it by who won the head to head if there's ties.
Okay. Right. So, in which case, MOV doesn't matter. So, okay, yeah, fair enough. Shoot who you like. But if this had been,
I mean, actually, no. I think he went for the save dash play because.
But I don't think you'd save dash. If this had been
I guess actually because we know that dash has fluffed it. Because Ahsoka shoots after dash.
Yeah.
This round, I think because we know dash has fluffed it, then yeah, you're probably right.
I think you shoot green. If this has been a standard 206 tournament, I think you shoot green because you only needed to get 1 through to get half points, and that's some more MOV. Like, I think at this point you accept that you've lost and dash is probably dying. I don't think there's anything you can do about that.
Yeah.
If you kill green, that's 1 less ship shooting, so if the others kill dash, it's 1 less ship that likely has arc on Ahsoka, if it came to that. But yeah, that's just my take on it.
Yeah, and that's where it is. So I won. This is my second game of Kyber. I had my 3rd game the other day, and I won that. So I won my pod. Yay! I can win something. Homing missiles proving glorious. In round 3, there were 8 sets of homing missiles on the board because my opponent also brought 4. It was amazing. But yeah, other than that, I think we're done with this game.
Yeah, it's interesting. Not a lot of massive.
Shout out to us on the stream if you think we missed something huge that I should have done.
I was going to say I didn't catch many big mistakes. Flew it very well. Say a couple of little nitpicky things that we picked up on the way through. Yeah, so I think that about covers it, doesn't it?
Yeah, so shall we take it from here? Because I don't know how long this recording has ended up being, but I know we're at like 5 times speed, but that's an hour and a half video.
We're looking quite good. We're just heading up towards 49 minutes, so
okay, that's pretty good. Let's roll it out.
Okay, guys. Just before we roll out, a heads up on next week. I'm very lucky to be heading up to take part in the Sith Taker Open. Which means I won't be around on Sunday to upload as normal. So the likelihood is that Sam and I will record a little earlier in the week than we normally do, and I will probably upload Friday morning before I leave. So just keep an eye out for that. It will be available, as always, on all the various podcasting distribution bits that we do. What other things do we need to do, Sam?
Say bye.
Yeah.
Talk about the stream.
Don't forget we stream every other Tuesday now on Twitch. Subscribe. No, don't subscribe. Follow to get notifications when we go live. ditto, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We upload our stream videos, and we will be uploading the podcast videos, so get notified when they go live. That's about it. Yeah, just search for Tin Squadron on both of those, and we should pop up, I think.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I guess. Thank you for being here. If you lasted this long, you must like us for something. Goodbye from me.
Yeah, goodbye from me. Okay, sweet. That'll do.
Do you reckon they'll notice we swapped it?
Swap what?
the order we say goodbye in.
Oh right, I did tickle, mate.